Over the past couple of decades, we've seen innumerable innovations and initiatives come into education. So referring to research and evidence base is a really important way of checking out what we want to pilot. Are we spending our resources well? And one bit of research I think has been very powerful is Professor Carol Dweck's theory called growth mindsets. In essence, this is a question about identity, our self-theory. How do we see ourselves? And what Carol Dweck's 3 decades plus has demonstrated in this area is that there's one core belief that can make an enormous difference to how a student responds to failure, struggle, and difficulty, and therefore how creative, open, and risk-taking they might be. And that core belief is this: I have been born with a fixed intelligence. Now, the repercussions of that belief, which by the way are scientifically not true, are pretty damaging. If a child fails at something, their message that they get back from that failure is, oh, I'm no good at this thing. My brain is not hardwired to do this, so I'm no good at maths, for example. Now, that might be no good at maths up until now. But as a lifelong hardwired prison that I live in, absolutely not true, because the mind is malleable, plastic, and trainable. So the growth mindset takes a different view, that my intelligence is actually a changeable thing. Truman Capote put it nicely. He said that failure is the seasoning that gives success its flavour. The growth mindset understands that the buzz comes out of the struggle, that trying things and changing my intelligence by effort and practice is absolutely key to the intrinsic motivation, the growth of learning. So the key question, of course, is how do you erode this wrong belief about my intelligence being fixed and change it so that it matches the neuroscientific reality of the mind? And we've got to be careful here in that it's not saying that we can all be geniuses at everything, and it's not saying that there aren't genetic components to it. There are. Carol Dweck is arguing, though, that they are all malleable and trainable. So it's not I can't do maths, it's I can't do maths yet. It's still up for grabs. It's worth putting effort into. So one of the key foci here is looking at ways in which we can switch, going from the fixed mindset, a wrong belief, to the growth mindset. And that would include all sorts of activities, but particularly how we praise children.